The writers of General Hospital have sparked an unprecedented wave of controversy after deciding to kill off young characters, faces that have been closely tied to the audience throughout the long years of the show. This decision not only shattered the emotional connection with viewers but also triggered a wave of anger, as a significant part of the childhood memories of these characters was erased in an instant. This twist not only shocked fans but was also seen as a betrayal to those who had followed the journeys of Spencer, Jocelyn, Cameron, and Emma, names that once lit up the small screen with stories of friendship, love, and coming of age. In the memories of the fans, Spencer Cassadine, Jocelyn Jacks, Cameron Weber, and Emma Scorpio were not just characters, but symbols of a vibrant youth. Spencer, the ambitious Cassadine boy, quickly revealed his wisdom and maturity beyond his years, always trying to win over Emma with his schemes and flair. Meanwhile, Cameron, with his pure heart and natural kindness, became the perfect contrast, making Emma feel safe and cherished. Jocelyn, strong yet sensitive, always stood between two extremes, protecting her friends while pursuing what she loved. Emma, with her intelligence and finesse, became the emotional center of the group, making every action from the boys towards her endearing and colorful. Those childhood years were not only a memorable phase in General Hospital but also the foundation that allowed the audience to deeply connect with the characters. Their growth through various stages of maturity brought the viewers joy, sorrow, and high expectations. Yet, the writers shattered these hopes by ending their stories in a tragic direction, throwing the balance of the storyline off kilter and leaving the audience in utter disappointment. While the public outcry over the deaths of the young characters has not yet subsided, rumors that Gio, a mysterious but promising character, may meet the same fate have further enraged viewers. Gio, since his debut, has sparked curiosity with his quiet yet strong demeanor, always loyally standing behind Sonny Corinthos like a faithful bodyguard. Although not the main character, Joe's presence raised big questions. Who is he? What's his past? And what brought him to Port Charles? The ambiguity surrounding Joe's story was what kept fans hooked every time he appeared on screen. The twist came when the secret of Joe's identity was revealed. It turned out that he wasn't just a loyal bodyguard, but also carried the bloodline of a notorious international crime family, one that was a longtime enemy of Sonny's. This revelation put Gio at the center of a series of intense conflicts, where he had to face his loyalty to Sonny and the pressures from his biological family. The viewers were both shocked and eager to witness Joe's inner struggles, hoping this would be his moment to shine and evolve into a fully developed character. However, those expectations quickly crumbled when the writers decided to kill off Gio. In a dramatic scene, Gio was killed in an ambush, sacrificing his life to protect Sonny from their mortal enemies. While his death was designed to evoke strong emotions, it wasn't enough to soothe the fans' anger. They felt Gio, with all his development potential, had been discarded hastily and thoughtlessly, leaving his story unfinished and meaningless. The disappointment of fans was clearly expressed on social media platforms, where numerous posts criticizing the writer's decision went viral. They argued that killing Gio, like the previous deaths of young characters, was not only a lazy creative choice but also a way to destroy the beautiful memories the show had built in the hearts of its audience. Instead of creating deep, meaningful stories, the writers seemed to rely on shocking twists to grab attention, regardless of how they disrupted the storyline and emotional connection with the viewers. Despite the strong opposition, it remains unclear whether the writers will change their course. But one thing is certain: Joe's death, along with the departure of other young characters, has left a gaping hole in the hearts of the fans, making them wonder if General Hospital will ever retain its original soul. The story began to change when a series of strange events revealed Joe's true identity. It turned out that he wasn't just an ordinary bodyguard. He was the secret son of a powerful figure in the international crime world, a former fierce adversary of Sonny. This truth not only placed Gio at the heart of dangerous conspiracies but also made him a target of his former enemies. As he struggled between loyalty to Sonny and pressures from his bloodline, the audience finally witnessed his complex inner battle. This was the moment everyone hoped Gio would shine in a deeply layered storyline. However, the writers crushed all of those hopes when they decided to bring the character to a tragic end. In a tense situation, Gio was killed in an ambush orchestrated by Sonny's enemies and his biological father, a major shock not only to the Corinthos family but also to the viewers. Joe's final scene, where he sacrificed himself to save Sonny, left a large void in the hearts of fans, but it also sparked a wave of intense criticism. The fans' reaction on forums and social media was uncontrollable. They believed that Joe's death was a lazy narrative choice, an easy way to create temporary emotions instead of building a long-term, meaningful story. Many expressed their frustration that Gio, a character with great potential for development, had been discarded too soon, even before he had a chance to truly explore himself. Moreover, this decision was seen as an unnecessary shocking move, especially when the audience had just started to connect with Joe's story. Many pointed out that instead of killing him off, the writers could have further explored Joe's inner conflicts, his complicated relationship with Sonny, and his struggle to redefine himself between good and evil. Joe's story, though brief, became a symbol of wasted potential in General Hospital. Fans hoped the writers would reconsider their approach, as the audience's attachment to characters comes not just from dramatic twists, but from long-term, meaningful character development. Even though Gio has passed, the big question remains: will the fans' anger force the writers to change course, or will this just be a difficult-to-heal wound in General Hospital's history? However, the writers decided to take the story in another direction. Spencer, a character who had navigated through family storms and tried to turn his life around, was written out of the story through a sudden death. This shock left the audience stunned, especially since they had witnessed his growth and efforts to escape his family's darkness. Cameron, after overcoming emotional wounds and finally finding his dream at Stanford, was also cut off without the opportunity for further development. Meanwhile, Jocelyn, once the center of many relationships, was placed in a tear-jerking storyline where she had to face the death of her friends and an unfillable loneliness. The most controversial part was Emma's return after many years, only to be turned into a cold, distant character, completely different from the sweet and intelligent girl she once was. This twist not only severed the bond between the characters but also broke the emotional thread the viewers had built over the years. The audience's reaction exploded immediately on online forums. Harsh criticisms claimed that the writers had overused shock value instead of respecting the natural development of the characters. Fans not only felt betrayed but also disappointed that the hopeful childhood story of the quartet had ended in tragedy. This outrage could be a sign that fans not only loved the characters but also cherished the memories of the stories they had followed for years. The removal of the young characters without allowing them to develop further made the story lose a part of its soul and created an irreplaceable sense of emptiness. Whether this was an attempt to refresh the plot or not, shattering the fans' memories was a risky move that the writers would have to face the consequences for.